All right. What do we got here? 80% know about crypto. 4 in 5 Americans have heard of crypto. Pew Research. So I was looking at this article. I'm glad. We'll talk about this in a second. So the number of Americans who have at least heard a little about crypto has nearly doubled since 2015. I'm
Hmm.
surprised it's only doubled, but only 16%, which is actually right at 1 in 6. 1 in 6 would be 1.6 with a line. So it's basically 1 in 6 have invested in crypto. This was Pew Research Center, which is good because we were talking about this before. Me and TJ is like, yeah, when it's crypto.com research,
Yeah.
you can't. The Coinbase app.
Right.
100% of respondents have heard about crypto, according to this Coinbase app poll. But yeah, this is Pew Research, so this number seems pretty legit. 4 out of 5 have heard at least a little bit about crypto. I would think sports for most of that actually.
Hmm.
Only 16% have ever invested, traded, or otherwise used cryptocurrencies. The percentage that's actually used, I would say, is probably closer to 1.6.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, for example, there are far more Americans between the ages of 18 and 29 who are invested than the older age groups. And additionally, men are twice as likely as women to have ever used cryptocurrencies. That makes sense. And I don't like to generalize, but there is a pretty broad generalization with men and women. Men love to focus on things, women love to focus on people. So it's easier for a man to, and again, this is generalization. Obviously, there's exceptions, but yeah, Jack Prosser, who works here, he could go stare at a screen for 17 hours. But I can't see him being a nurse. You know what I mean? Like I can't see him doing that, So yeah, generally that's why you'll see engineering field and stuff like that. It's mostly going to be populated by men, but something, dealing with humans, interacting with people, will mostly be women in the workforce. So
Yeah.
just a broad generalization.
And it was interesting there that they were saying, 16% have, even though 4 out of 5 people have heard of it, only 16% have actually taken action and moved forward with it. So, oh, look at that. We froze up on YouTube with your little dialogue there. um, we'll see if that comes right back at. Oh, there we go. We're back up.
Are we back? We
Yeah.
back?
But what I was saying is interesting. 16%, you're still early. Like if you're watching this channel, if you're using cryptocurrency, if you or digital assets in any capacity, you're still very early to the game, even though it's starting to get out there and people are starting to hear about it. So you can keep going. We're up on
Yeah,
Twitch for
yeah,
sure.
and right here, I mean, they're saying, who's heard a little, who's heard a lot. 1 in 4 has heard a lot about crypto. And then I just think of some of the people that work here. The people they live with are like, God, I'm so sick of hearing about crypto. And of the people who have heard a lot, they're probably tired of hearing it. At least probably half of those people, like, I swear to God, if they bring up Bitcoin one more time at the dinner table, I've had enough. But yeah, so one thing I always did like to look at when it comes to these statistics, it's the income breakdown and to the cryptocurrency because they see it as a way of getting out of their financial
Yep.
situation. Whereas you have someone who already has 6 figures, 7 figures in a traditional, like, Roth IRA or in the stock market, they don't want the financial sector disrupted. That is bad for their profits or bad for their bottom line. But it's happening. It's going to happen.